Hey, Inspire Tribe, my fellow freedom lovers. It's John Nolan here. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. Out of the Matrix into Prime Reality. Thank you for joining us. 25 plus years that I have in this work, this research, this exploration, down all the rabbit holes. And it's down to the wire. It's down to the very last minute. We're down to the very, very last minute. And I wanted to focus today, initially, on all the fraud, all the abuse of funds that has been uncovered just in the last few weeks in this specific way by this new administration. And I figured that a lot of people were doing this, and there's a lot of shows to watch and blogs to read on this subject. So I thought we should get down to the real question. The why. Why is all of this really happening? And look beyond liberalism and conservatism and left and right and Democrats and Republicans and all that crap, all the theater, all the lies, all the bullshit. Ask why. Why in the world are insane projects, media outlets, organizations, research, why is it being funded to the tune of billions and trillions of dollars? Why is practically everything that you get in touch with tainted or poisoned? Why in the world is there a machine working day and night on psychological operations, physical, spiritual, and mental poisoning? 25 plus years in all of this, and it's down to the wire. Why the hell did we invest our entire lifetime in this? Why do you think? Why did others do that? Why are you at this very point in your life? Why are you here now? They got it all wrong. People are out there saying this is the powerful elite. This is the powerful people who are abusing and using your hard-earned taxpayer funds to further their agenda. Bullshit. None of this is true. This is fear. This is fear to the tune of trillions of dollars. But what are they afraid of? Do you not understand? Do you not see? Can you not feel what is actually going on with all of this? All of it, from the fluoride in the water to the poison in the skies to the mind control, all of it, it is fear of you. They are afraid of you. They're so scared of you that their entire lifetime, their entire focus, their entire strategy is aimed at keeping you small. It is like the lion in the circus. How does that work? Where's the cub born? It's not born in freedom. The cub is born in the cage. The cub's being kept in the cage. It's being fed. It never gets to hunt. It never gets to go outside of the cage on its own. It never gets to experience its own grandness and strength. Why? So the cub turns into a lion that believes it is small, that believes it's a cat. And the master can control it because the master has altered reality and changed the perception of the lion, so the lion does not recognize itself as a lion. So the lion will not revolt, will not rebel, will not stand up, will not live up to its true potential. So if you're looking in the world for the why, this is the why. When I say down to the wire, I mean down to the wire. What is happening now is so to create conditions under which you cannot awaken to that any longer, where it is virtually impossible for you to awaken to that. That is why it's down to the wire. That's why we don't have years. That's why there's a time-sensitive feeling around this. What are we doing? Why are we talking about going with nature? Why are we talking about growing food and creating community? It's not about that. That's not the center. That's not the real purpose. The real purpose is to create conditions under which more people are likely to awaken to the truth of who they really are. Your perception, your mind, your spirit, your sense of reality are trapped in an illusion. The illusion of your isolation, of your disconnectedness, and of your smallness. None of it is real, ever has been real. But we were born as cubs in a cage. We were born as cubs in a cage. And all our lives we were kept in a controlled environment. So we would never find out that we actually are lions. This construct is, relatively speaking, so primitive compared to our own true power. We're trapped in a false reality, in an utter illusion. And everyone you see on the world stage is a tool to keep that going and enhance it. They're not the ones who realize this. They're the ones who are supposed to keep us in check with all of their programs, all of their bullshit. And what are they doing now? They're making it more efficient. They're making it more centralized. They're making it more permanent. That's the goal now. If you go back and take a bird's eye view and you watch something like The Matrix, look at the action, the violence in the movie, the fight scenes and all of that. Look at it as metaphors for stages of awakening and realization. You know, if Warner Brothers, if you want to make this attractive to the masses and what they're used to, put a lot of violence and action and boom, boom and whatnot in there. People want to see that. And we want them to see that. We want them to feel that archaic, egotistic thing here. Look beyond it and look at it as metaphors of awakening. Because in the end, the journey is exactly the same. What is our protagonist realizing through this journey? Peeling the onion. Realizing that absolutely everything in this false reality that he was immersed in was created to keep him entrapped in that false reality. Why? Because you do not want to unleash the power of unlimited creatorship. Because if you do, it's the end of the matrix. It's the end of the illusion. It's the end of this world that we're feeding with our fear and insecurities and our doubt and our worries. And on the story goes. My guy won. Your guy lost. Bullshit. Their guy's been winning. Because we are playing a game that is so far beneath our dignity, that is so far beneath our abilities, that is so far beneath us. But we have been seduced through gradual manipulation of our own perception about ourselves. We've been seduced to play games that are primitive, that are satanic or dark or inverted, whatever you want to call it, because we think that is life, that is reality, that is who we are, and that's why we're here. And we came here, at least some of us, I can't speak for everyone, some of us came here for the sole purpose, of making this visible, of lifting every rug, of shattering every illusion, of uncovering every lie and every deception that's ever been told. Every single one, not a few, every single one. But why? Why? What will happen if we realize, if you realize this? What does it mean to realize something? First, you see it with real eyes. You realize, but then you realize it. You transform it into an experience that is actually real. There's nothing more powerful than the prison of the mind and of the thoughts. Nothing is more powerful. It taints everything you see, everything you believe. It creates a completely false image. The entities or the kind of consciousness that is producing this prison, if you will, knows one thing, that ultimately it can only trick us into producing our own prison. It is using our creative power, which is unlimited, because, friends, yes, I'll be this is blasphemy, I know, but you have to know that if you truly and really with all of your heart know that creation can only mean creator, not physical, not a man with a beard, not a woman with blonde hair, none of that bullshit, but the actual prime source energy, a creative beingness. If you truly know that this is where all originates from, you have to know that you are it and it is you, that you are an expression of it. How could it be any different? It doesn't matter how thin you slice the apple pie. You take a piece out of the damn pie, it's still apple pie, isn't it? And on a quantum level, that apple pie, you could fly it wherever you want to. It's still connected to the mother pie. It doesn't make it peach pie. It's still apple pie. You, my friend, are apple pie. If the mother source is apple pie, you're apple pie. Now, what does that really mean? Now, look at the world around you. Look at every single attempt to manipulate you, poison you, scare you, control you. Look at all of them and come to the proper realization that it is fear. It is reeking of fear. Fear of you. They're afraid of you. You fear them. A lot of people fear them, but they are afraid of you. Because the moment that you let those prison walls down, and you can let them down, the moment that you transcend those false limitations, the moment that you leave the box, leave the label, leave the false sense of smallness, there everything crumbles. It's game over. So for decades, this group that we are all over the place, we're doing our very best to create the informational environment, to inspire the physical environment that will help as many people as possible come to this realization. Realization doesn't mean that you comprehend something in your brain. It doesn't mean that you can wrap your mind around the concept. It means that you become that realization. It means that you live the truth. And you can step out of the same house into the same street as being someone completely different than you were yesterday, and the experience of your world will change in an instant. And when you step out as a creator being rather than a reactor, rather than a small, insignificant, I can't change anything. When you step out and you actually realize that you are that, your world begins to change in an instant. And in this construct, in this particular time-space illusion that we're currently in, it's down to the wire. The trap has been set. More than enough people have stepped into it, and the conditions have been created to create such an environment where awakening to what I'm talking about here will become virtually impossible. Because that's what they have studied and researched and focused on for centuries. That's all that they've been focused on how to make that happen, how to bring that about. Nothing else matters to them. So what are we waiting for? What exactly are we waiting for? This is literally the primal battle. And in all honesty, it's a battle that we fight with ourselves. It's a battle that we fight with the image in the mirror. It's a battle that we fight between programmed perception and somewhere deep inside a realization that we're so much more. We can't even grasp it because this body can't contain what we are. This avatar can't possibly contain what we are. One person, one single person here watching this out there in the world, one single being releasing all of that creator energy literally engulfs this entire place. Literally one person. Really releasing it in all honesty and all fullness. It's game over. So can you see the effort, the incredible energy that is being used out of fear to keep you enslaved, make you work and pay for your own enslavement every single day? Through all the institutions and all the crap out there, through everything. Can you imagine how powerful you truly are when they rig this game so hard and you're still getting to the realization? You're still feeling the truth in what I'm saying. You've been feeling it. You've been feeling it on your own. You've been experiencing it on your own. Can you imagine how powerful you are if they rig this entire place from cradle to grave? If they try to have control over every single process in your life, over every decision that you make, over your mind, over your eyes, your senses, your perception, your bodily functions, over everything, and you still got here. Can you now see why they're so afraid of you? Because no matter what they've been throwing at you, you still got here. You still made it to here. You still expanded your awareness and your consciousness and your mind and healed yourself to the best of your abilities and got to this point in time. It's down to the wire, folks. They need about, on average, I would say, they need about 100, 120 years, 125 years, give or take, to put something in place that's either make it or break it kind of deal. We're here. They put it in place. They did it extremely fast now. They're accelerating at an exponential pace. They're destroying their old matrix and simultaneously erecting the new matrix. And they want it to be a seamless transition. And you got to be the goddamn glitch in the matrix. You got to be that splinter in the fabric of this fake reality. You got to be the thorn. You got to be so radically true and real and authentic that anything that isn't radically true and real and authentic will crumble and fall. You got to be the one. Realizing it's not one savior, it's not one Jesus, it's not one person, it's not one son or one daughter. It's one spirit inhabiting you, expressing itself through you, becoming you in all of its fullness. Now, if we need the communities and the councils and the gardens, okay, good, so be it. So we'll create it. If that's what's needed, so we'll create it. We'll create it fast. We'll create it faster than we ever have. But no, that is not the end goal. It's to foster, to create an environment that allows you and everyone out there to free themselves. Because there ain't nobody coming to free you. We can only point to it. We can only show it. We can only explain it to the best of our abilities. But there's a bigger picture. This is about a balance in all of creation that needs to be remembered and reestablished. All of creation, because of this falsehood, has fallen out of balance. And we have the ability to bring it back because we are part of all of creation. So you can switch this off and call me a lunatic. This guy has lost his marbles, you know. Go Trump, go this, go that, all that crap, all that bullshit. They're all actors on a stage playing their part. But they're never telling you that you are grand. They're never telling you what is the truth about who you really are. They don't want you to know that. They want themselves to be big. They want you to look at them as big, as grand, as the savior figures. That's what they want. They want to be the ones who can tell, we did it, you know? I fixed this. I. Because whoever is up on that stage loses all of their power when you regain all of yours. And power is all they know. All they know is they have to appear big and you have to feel small. That's the only game they know. They don't know how co-creation works. They don't know how collaboration works. They don't know how spirit, different expressions of spirit come together. They don't know that. They've forgotten that. They're so lost. And that's why, that's the big why. That's why everything is happening. So don't fall for the false explanations that, oh, this is the neoliberal Marxists who are trying to reestablish the neoliberal order. Bullshit. It's all just a means to an end. Billions and trillions of dollars for transgender rat studies, and all of it is just aimed at keeping you small. Keeping you believe you're small. You've never been small. How do I know? Because over and over and over and time again, I've watched people, we have guided people, I've seen people that my wife has guided over and over again from being small, feeling insignificant and powerless, to becoming true creators in their own lives. They didn't undergo surgery or had some magical potent substance that they ingested. They just realized who they really are through truth. They were confronted with the truth about themselves and accepted it. embodied it. And they live lives that are unrecognizable to the lives that they lived before. How does that happen? To the world, they still look like the same person. They're not small any longer. They're not scared any longer. They're not limited any longer. So if I can see this in 1, 2, 10, 50, 100, a million people, what does that tell us? It's our own prison that we accepted, and our energy continues to create it. So if it can create it, it can also tear it down. This is all that this is about. It's all that this is about. Guess what? I'm getting ready here. We're getting ready. We're getting ready to return to prime. Excuse me for being so blunt, but compared to the real thing, this is a shithole. This construct is a shithole compared to the real thing. And I enjoy some of the things here immensely. I love going to the bodies of water and mountains because it reminds me of something. Yeah, sure, it is pleasing to my eyes and all, but compared to the real thing, this is slow, this is dense, it's stupid. And the fact that people are so attached to this only means that the powers that are creating all of this crap are successful. They make people attached to this physical reality and the outcomes in this physical reality. Why? Why would a creator being, a limitless and powerful creator being, need to be attached to particular outcomes in a particular time-space continuum? Why? If in any instant, in any moment, you can continue to create something new. So all of the discussions that we're having, all of the truth that we're together collectively uncovering, all the rabbit holes that we're going down, is really only truly to show that's at the end of every rabbit hole. It's the same realization. It's the same truth. It never, ever changes. That truth never changes. So how many different paths do we have to take to accept the truth at the bottom of every damn rabbit hole? That you are powerful beyond your wildest human imagination. And that you don't allow yourself to dream it, let alone live it. And so people are not afraid of their inabilities. They're actually afraid of their true power. Because as soon as you accept it and you live it, everything that you ever thought was true turns out to be a lie. Everything that you ever thought was important turns out to be not important. The truth has a way of taking everything out of the picture that isn't truth. So yes, in a sense, you lose it all. But all that you lose was an illusion to begin with. The time is now, my friends. Really now. There's something emerging. It's emerging fast. It's emerging exponentially. And the only way that we will not get completely entangled and entrapped by it, collectively speaking, is to stand up in our true grandness and say no more. And it's literally like the scene in The Matrix when the bullets come flying and he doesn't dodge any longer, he doesn't move any longer, there's no fear any longer. Stops the bullets. Realizes it's all an illusion. Nothing can touch him. Nothing can harm him. Nothing can destroy him. That's the moment. Much love. Many blessings. We'll be back with you soon.
Listen, right now you could be only a few clicks away from experiencing something amazing, something that has changed thousands of lives all over the world. I'm talking about a high consciousness field similar to those at pilgrimage sites and sacred places. It's where people go to heal, to connect, and to become the best possible version of themselves. With FLFE, you can bring such a high consciousness field into your home right now. It's a spiritual quantum technology based on the work of Nikola Tesla. Better sleep, more energy, greater well-being, improved finances, electrosmog mitigation. These are only some of the things people on the FLFE service are experiencing. Try it now for 15 days completely free of charge, no credit card needed. Just click on a link down below to start your free, no strings attached FLFE trial right now.